Namaste, Pranam, and Jai Jinendra to everybody. And thank you very much for joining us today. Uh, Today's class is on Jainism and is going to be led by the Heartfulness people, teachers from Heartfulness. Um, and today we have been joined by Purnima and Neetuben, uh, who will be leading this class. Uh, and delivering inspiring stories, as well as also helping us how to reach relaxed state in our lives as well. So, without further ado, I will head out to Purnima Ben. Uh,
Thank you so much. And namaste to everybody, Jai Jinendra. I'm very happy to be here with all of you, and Neetu is going to share a couple of slides. Okay, thank you, Neetu. So today we are going to talk about the lives of the Tirthankars, and in these beginner sessions, we felt that the stories of the Tirthankars, there are 24 Tirthankars, as you know, and we felt that sharing these 24 Tirthankars, the stories, a few of the stories would actually, uh, it would be a fun session to do that, along with sharing the values or attributes which they represented. So, Tirthankars are actually the meaning of the word Tirthankar is they are a great waymakers of the Jain tradition. They are not only religious figures or people from the Jain faith, the leaders of the Jain faith or the sages, but they are like the pioneers of consciousness itself. And they created the fords that allow humanity to cross the ocean of birth and death. So the book that I referenced is written by Daji, who is the global guide of heartfulness. And the book he wrote was Holy Tirthankars in the Light of Heartfulness. And in this book, he brings out the contemporary lives. He talks about the lives of the Tirthankars in a very contemporary way, showing how their values are not only from the ancient times for the ancient times, but they're also very much relevant in the context of our everyday life. And they're also not for just people from the Jain faith. It's for every spiritual seeker who wishes to balance their inner life, inner growth with their outer life, which is their everyday life. So today our focus will be on the very first Tirthankar, Adinath or Rishabnath or Rishabdev. And he was not only a sage, he was not only the first sage or the first Tirthankar, he was the pioneer of civilization itself, teaching people how to live in a society and how to evolve inwardly. And his story is all about balance, something we all need today. Um, so let's go to the next slide. Yeah, so today we are going to basically, there are four things that basically we are going to do. We are going to learn who the Tirthankars are. We are going to learn the story of the first Tirthankar, Rishabnath or Adinath or Rishabdev. And we are going to see how to reflect on this quality which Rishabdev exhibited, which is balancing our own lives, the inner life and outer life. And then we are going to experience a relaxation session, which is the first practical tool for balance. So, the most interesting thing is the first Tirthankar Adinath or Rishabhanath, he built forts for humanity. In the same way, we are also going, the most pioneering or the most important civilizational invention or the discovery which Rishabhanath made was this system of Raja Yoga meditation, where he uses pranahuti or yogic transmission, as we call it today. And that creates an inner fort for us in helping us cross our own restlessness or impressions and helps us dive deep straight into the heart. So yeah, the next slide in this, Neetu. So who is a Tirthankar basically? He's a spiritual pioneer. And as I said, he helps create a crossing or a fort to help others. There are 24 Tirthankars in this age, and they belong to the whole humanity. They are a treasure trove of wisdom, and their lives are like lighthouses. And it guides us safely to the shore. And when you look at the idols of the Tirthankars, they may all look similar. But if you look deeper, there is a symbol beneath their, just on their pedestal, beneath where they sit. The bull is for the Rishabha, the first Tirthankar, elephant for the second Tirthankar, Ajitnath, lotus for Padma Prabhasami, lion for Mahavir, Lord Mahavir. So each Tirthankar also attained Kaivalya under a very unique sacred tree, reminding us that enlightenment or Kaivalya is always tied to nature. So, rivers, when we look at rivers, we need bridges. And I would say our hearts needs bridges too. So Tirthankars created those bridges. And the bridge that Rishabhnath created is this inner bridge or pranahuti, allowing us to connect to our higher consciousness with a total ease, with total, simplicity. And yeah, so let's go to the next slide, Neetu. So these are the 24 Tirthankars. And along with that, I've also mentioned what is the value that is predominant, or what is the value we can learn from their lives. For example, in Rishabhanath's life, his life is teaching us how to balance the inner and outer life. From the story of Ajitnath, we learn how to defeat our inner enemies like greed, anger. Um, uh, Go to the fourth slide, yeah. And so, like you see, from each of their lives, you can learn a very special, unique quality. There is a Okay, so yeah, so if you have any questions, yes, please put them in the chat box and we'll take it up as we go. Um, so coming back to the first Tirthankar, Rishabhnath, he was born into the Ikshvaku family, the same lineage as Lord Rama. And his mother, Queen Maru Devi, had 14 auspicious dreams during her pregnancy. We all know this. So, what did she see in these 14 dreams? So, I'll just briefly touch upon these 14 dreams. So, elephant, it represents strength and royalty, and bull, which is also the symbol of Rishabhnath. It is a highly religious and a very spiritually strong, potent leader. So that is what it signifies. Then lion signifies power, strength, and fearlessness. And a garland of flowers, it represents fragrant nature of his teachings. And the full moon, it symbolizes peace, spiritual coolness, lessening of sufferings for all beings. Sun was the next dream. It denotes supreme knowledge and dispelling ignorance. Golden urn or kalash, it signifies abundance, purity, virtues. Then ocean of milk or the Milky Way Sea, which represents vast spiritual knowledge and limitless virtues. And then heap of jewels. It signifies infinite wisdom, prosperity, and smokeless fire represents the burning of karmas, or the restoration of spiritual purity in us. So each of these dreams, when you look at it, they all symbolize some virtues like wisdom, strength, peace, prosperity, purity, and evolving consciousness, and so on. So when the king interpreted these dreams, like Queen Maru Devi's husband, the king interpreted these dreams and he immediately knew that a Tirthankar was about to be born to his wife. So, and even before his birth, Rishabhnath was already guiding humanity. And go to the next slide. Okay. So, yeah, as I said, he is the pioneer of modern civilization. He taught people skills like he was born in the same dynasty as Lord Rama Ikshvaku. He's even mentioned in the Vedas and Puranas. If he is somebody who is mentioned in the Vedas, it means he was there even before the Vedas and Puranas came into account, right? So that is like, just look at the chronological significance. Yes, yes. So there is a question, the 14 dreams which Rishabhnath's mother, are these the same dreams that occurred prior to Mahavir's birth? So all the Tirthankars when they were in the womb of their mothers, the mothers had these 14 dreams, and that was an indication to the family, to the parents or the mother and the father that a Tirthankar is going to be born. That is an indication. So these 14 dreams are symbolic, and they are the same for all of these mothers of the great Tirthankars. And yeah, so these are the 14 things you will be seeing in the, I mean, you means, I mean, the mothers of the Tirthankars would have seen. So coming back, so he was known for balancing material and spiritual life, yes. So, he taught people the skills of civilization, like agriculture, trade, writing, and all of these skills. And he introduced fire for cooking. He introduced the marriage system, legal system, administrative system, law and order, and so on. So Rishabhnath is the pioneer of civilization. Go to the next slide, Nathan. Yeah, so this is the most important thing which I would like to share for this session and for all the four sessions put together. So tradition says, and also the second guide of heartfulness, he also has written in his book that 73 generations before Raja Dasharath, who is the father of Lord Ram, Raja Yoga was discovered. And many identify this great sage who discovered Raja Yoga as Rishabhnath himself. So, what did he exactly discover, or what did he exactly invent? So, he invented this yogic transmission or pranahuti, the ability to infuse the heart of a spiritual seeker with a with a spiritual essence or the essence of reality. In those times, this was perhaps reserved for very rare spiritual seekers. But today, this gift is available to everyone. So, pranahuti or this energy, it's not just an imagination, it's experienced as a current, a subtle flow of peace, calm, tranquility descending into the heart. It accelerates the spiritual evolution, making what uh, took lifetimes of austerity. But now with this pranauti or transmission, it's easily possible to get into this stillness or this deep meditative state in the heart. So Rishabhnath's most pioneering work continues even today, flowing like a beautiful river into our hearts. And yeah, go to the next slide, Nitu. So this is the image of Lord Rishabhnath, which I've taken directly from the book. So his symbol is bull, which you can see, and he's sitting under the banyan tree and meditating. And while he was meditating under the banyan tree, he achieved Kaivalya. And after he was a great king, as you all know. So after renouncing kingship, he meditated under this banyan tree. And banyan tree is also called the tree of life. Its aerial roots spread, sheltering countless beings, and it represents continuity, shelter, and yeah. So this is his symbol, and this is what it looks like in the book. And this book has 24 wonderful illustrations. Yeah, go to the next slide. So yeah, so this is what he taught: fire. He taught how to do cooking, the system of marriage, arts, law and order. He showed humanity how to cultivate grains, use sugarcane, write and govern. And his world, when during the time of Rishabhnath, um, there was this time where we shifted from a life of ease and simplicity to a life of responsibility and action. He insisted that laziness has no place in spiritual growth. Today, just as a food for thought, are we not having the same choice to live in a life, in a world filled with consumption and comfort, or to embrace responsibility and effort. So, Heartfulness teaches us that same lesson where evolution comes not from indulgence, but it is from a disciplined and sincere spiritual effort. And yeah, so they used to call that time as Bogabhumi. And when Rishabhnath was there was this nice shift from Bogabhumi to Karma Bhumi. There were these wish fulfilling trees called Kalpavriksha, and these wish fulfilling trees, they could actually grant us anything. And that was how the people lived, because they just go to these trees and like say, okay, let me have like this and that, and their lives were taken care of. So slowly, when the potency of these trees reduced, um people had to actually work, like they had to do agriculture, they had to do cooking, um they needed writing, and so on, like all of these things were needed. And so we gradually moved into a world called Karma Bhumi, and Rishabhanath helped us make this transition. So that's why he's really called the pioneer of modern civilization. Yeah, next slide. Next slide, Nikki. You say right now we are living in a world of Google Bhumi. Oh, now now we are living in a world of what we make of it, right? So I think we have the ability to make it a bogaboomi for our hearts, where we can have a very peaceful heart, and that's how we can utilize this essence of pranahuti and have a very beautiful inner life. But at the same time, our outer life, we can use our discipline and resilience and build our outer life. So but theoretically, the right answer is we live in a karma bhumi.
It's probably a bit of both, isn't it? I mean, it can, depending on if you have the right duty or right purpose, it could be that one, or if you're doing the wrong things right now, it could be the other one. So yeah, it's a tricky one.
Yeah. Yeah. So turning point. So one day, how did Rishabhnath become this great spiritual um, pioneer? So one day when he was a king, in his court, a dancer named Nilanjana, she collapsed and died. And she was a dancer who was loaned from the court of Lord Indra. And when she died mid-performance, the music stopped, the joy evaporated. Like in that silence, Rishabhnath realized all beauty, all power, all joy, everything is impermanent. And this beautiful dancer was not only beautiful, she was exceptionally skilled in dancing, music, and there was so much joy overflowing in the court. And suddenly everything came to a standstill. So this was his turning point. He renounced his kingdom, went into the forest, and after years and years of penance, he attained enlightenment. We also have those moments of impermanence in our lives, right? Like sometimes the loss of a loved one or sudden illness, unexpected change in our careers, in our lives. These moments can either break us or they can awaken us. They can lead us to a place of this epiphany, this place of momentous realization where it actually helps us grow spiritually, evolve spiritually, or they can actually crumble us. It's our choice. Like this beautiful question: Do we live in a world of Bhogabhumi or Karma Bhumi? Is a very tricky question. We all know the theoretical answer, but look at this wonderful question. So this this is exactly similar to these moments of impermanences that we have in our life. Rishabhnath allowed this turning point to actually help himself grow spiritually. So that's beautiful. So go to the next slide, Neetu. So the values from his life are balance material and spiritual life, avoid laziness, integrate inner growth and outer responsibility. He was the father of Bharata, after whom the country India is named Bharat. you may know the stories of Bharata, and he had another son, Bahubali. He had two daughters also. So Bahubali, the story of Bahubali is again very, very interesting and beautifully. Bahubali is said to have conquered his ego, and he became a great sage himself. He came down to South India, and he was responsible for spreading Jainism in South India also. And his story is again very inspiring. And the story of Bharata is also quite inspiring. And Rishabhanath had two daughters, and they came up with the Brahmi script. They came up with mathematical knowledge, and um, Rishabhanath's story actually shows how worldly responsibilities and spiritual growth are not separate. They are like two wings of the same bird, and rather than calling it even balance, which means compromise, right? When you use the word balance, somewhere there is an inherent feeling of compromise, but actually go beyond this word balance and look at how he integrated both aspects of life to live fully in the world while still being anchored in the eternal spiritual godly presence in the heart. So he was really this spiritual pioneer who integrated the inner and the outer. He did not have to even, I don't even want to use the word balance. The real word is integrate. Um, yeah, so the next slide. So, what does balancing material life and spiritual life means to you today? These are few questions where we'll just chat about, so that maybe it will be helpful for us. A little bit of contemplation and introspection. You're welcome to put your responses in the chat box, or just think about it for yourself. So, what does balance mean to you today? Um, you can just take 2 minutes and just think about it. How do you balance work, family, and your spiritual life, your time for your spiritual growth, or the time that you spend for honoring this presence in your heart? How do you manage to balance all of these three things? Have you experienced moments that reminded you of of life's impermanence, like Rishabhanath's? How did you react when you faced these moments? Did it help you move towards periods of spiritual growth, or how would you have handled it today if you, after this knowledge of how Rishabhnath handled it? And in fact, you can now take that step too. It's not as if you can't do that. So this week, what step would you take? Yeah, so I'm going to read out this response from the chat box. Balance is having a variety of interests, hobbies, and areas of development. Balance is not about doing them equally all the time, but understanding when one needs more attention than the other. This is very, very nice. Yes, very nice. Thank you so much, Jinal. So, what small steps are you going to take today to bring balance in your life? It could be anything like taking up a new hobby, or like I took up meditation during such a time when I really needed to take it, when this moment of impermanence uh came in my life. I was tuned to learning meditation. So that is a small step I took at that time. And I mean, if it's an inspiration, you could learn meditation too today. Of course, we'll have this short session of relaxation, and we're going to have 3 more weeks of couple of things. But just saying, it could be anything. You could take up new hobbies. You could join a singing class. You could learn a new language. So many things. It doesn't have to really be a hobby. It can also become mainstream. Okay, next slide. So today we are going to have this very short session of relaxation, which is an experience actually, and we will have that experience today. So, Rishabh, he balanced civilization and spirituality. He was the one who said that all aspects of outer life needs to be as advanced as your inner spiritual growth. So, to experience balance in our own lives, we begin with something very simple, which is relaxation. When your body is relaxed, when the body is calm, then the mind easily slips into a state of rest. And from that state of rest, the heart opens. Like when the mind is restful, the heart is more open. And when the heart is more open, pranahuti can automatically enter the heart and it can elevate us. And this thing is this step of relaxation is something we are all going to do together right now. And if you all have any questions, briefly, I can answer them now, or we could just get started with the relaxation. Next slide, Neetu. Okay, so I'll just give you half a minute or a minute to pause, and then we'll just get started with relaxation. If you don't have any questions right now, you can ask them after this experience of relaxation, and we can go over the questions then. So sit comfortably. If you're not already sitting comfortably, take a minute, adjust your seats. If you want a cushion, grab a cushion, lean back, have a glass of water if you want. How do you stop other thoughts from coming to your mind? So you can't basically stop a thought. That's a very not a natural thing to do. Uh, if you go and Google, probably, I mean, I don't know the exact number. There are millions of thoughts we all have in a single day. And in 1 second, there is some number like, I don't know, thousands of thoughts, 3,000 or 5,000 or something in 1 second, which is concurrently going on in our mind. So you can't completely eradicate or stop a thought from entering your mind. But what happens during these steps of relaxation, and what happens when you actually experience this energy of pranahuti, is that the mind completely relaxes, it rests, it goes into this state of very deep relaxation. And at that time, the heart is completely open and gentle and tender. At that time, the thoughts which also come are not so invasive. They are either thoughts of clarity, they are either these epiphanies, or those thoughts are welcome. So that is one side of it. Another side of talking about the thoughts is sometimes you want your thoughts to reduce, to slow down, to not interfere in your meditation. So that is another side to this question, and we are going to look at that in the third week of uh, these sessions. In the third week, we are going to teach a practice called mental rejuvenation, and this mental rejuvenation helps us reduce the emotional baggage or the emotional burden associated with any task, any experience, whereby thoughts or impressions which we accumulate because of certain things are completely eradicated. So you don't lose your memory, but you lose the emotional effect it has on us. And thereby thoughts that affect us because of certain things are removed. I mean, I wouldn't say removed, they lessen and in their intensity. So if you can wait till the third week, and or you can go to the heartfulness.org website and learn the practice called rejuvenation by yourself. Yeah, for now, we'll get started with relaxation, and sit comfortably. And I'll be giving a few set of commands, mental commands, and just follow my voice. Close your eyes and follow my voice. And it's going to relax your body, relax your mind, And towards the end of these commands, we are going to experience this pranahuti or this yogic transmission, a gentle energy in our hearts, and we're going to meditate for a couple of minutes until I bring you out of it. So let's get started. And if thoughts come during this period, gently brush them away. Gently remind yourself, remind your mind or your heart that you are meditating right now and the thoughts can come later. So gently remind yourself that thoughts are not right now entertained and come back to this state of meditativeness. Try to do this, but at the same time, not willfully or give yourself a stress that you are not supposed to have thoughts. No, not that way. Just be gentle with your mind. If thoughts still overpower you, overwhelm you, it's okay. It's okay. It's the nature of things. And we will also be learning rejuvenation, and then it will slowly reduce in intensity. Everybody's experience is going to be unique. Uh, so yeah. So let's get started. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, lean back. Let's begin from the toes. Relax your toes, relax your feet. Feel an energy from Mother Earth rising up through your toes, through your feet. And as this energy rises up, it relaxes your body. It relaxes your calf muscles, your knees, your thighs, and it slowly rises up, relaxing your hips. And as this energy rises up, it relaxes your stomach, abdomen, the muscles in the abdomen. It slowly goes up, relaxing your lower back. And this energy goes up, relaxing your upper back. Your whole back is completely relaxed now. Take a few deep breaths. Allow this energy to move up, relaxing your chest, your muscles in the chest, and it keeps going up, relaxing your shoulders, and it flows through your arms, relaxing your arms, relaxing your elbows, relaxing your wrist, palm, fingers, fingertips. It oozes out, this energy oozes out of your fingertips, your whole arms, both your arms are completely relaxed now. It's in a completely restful state. This energy now moves up, relaxing your muscles. The tension and stress in your neck, the muscles of your neck are completely dissolving away. Your neck feels completely relaxed now. Allow this energy to rise up, relaxing the facial muscles, chin, lips, cheeks, ears, nose, eyes, forehead, till the tip of the head. All your facial muscles are completely relaxed. Now scan your whole body, mentally scan your body. Does it feel tight anywhere? Does it feel that any part of the body needs to be relaxed? Allow this energy to flow to that part of the body which needs to be relaxed and let it become relaxed. Let this energy nourish or nurture that part of the body and Just relax your whole body. As your body sinks into a deeply relaxed state, gently bring your attention to your heart. There is a source of light in your heart, and we are going to meditate on this source of light in the heart. And this light is pulling you deep within into your heart, and you're going deeper and deeper into meditation. If there are thoughts which arises, gently brush them away. Remind yourself that you're meditating on the light in the heart and continue to meditate. We're going to meditate this way for about 5 to 10 minutes now. So let's begin meditating together. Whenever you are ready, gently open your eyes. So, next slide, Nitu. So we saw the story of Rishabh, his values, his teachings, and how to balance the inner and outer. We just learned how to relax today, how to do this relaxation process today and slip into a very brief meditation. And yeah, next slide. So all the data that I've taken for the sake of transparency, all the stories are from this book, The Holy Tirthankars. Yeah, that's all from me today. You can unshare the presentation. Me too. So how do you feel after this relaxation? You could feel nothing, or you could feel peaceful, you could feel happy, you could feel calm. How does your heart feel? You can maybe take 1 or 2 minutes, close your eyes and try and see how your heart feels and put it in the chat box, or just keep it for yourself. Just take 1 or 2 moments. How does your heart feel after this relaxation and meditation? Thank you, Jinal. You're feeling quite calm. So how do you feel about your thoughts? Do you still have them very intensely after the relaxation, or is the intensity reduced a little bit? I mean, you don't have to answer. It's personally for you to just think about. If any of you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box, or I think we are all very relaxed and we don't have anything in our mind right now. Feeling calm. Thank you. So if you get questions later, you can WhatsApp or email us. Or maybe in the next session, you could ask. Feel slightly relaxed now. Okay. So you could ask your questions in the next session before we begin, or you could WhatsApp it to us. So uh, that's all from Neetu and me. And unless you all have something to say, we thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Purnima Ben and Nitu Ben. That was absolutely great session, and I think I can say from on behalf of all the participants that feeling a little bit more relaxed than what we started with. Uh, so please join us again. We have 4 weeks, so 3 more weeks of this every Thursday. So let us know what you think about them as well. You can email us to Shandeep at oshwal.org. And that's it. So thank you very much, Purnia Women and Nithuben, and we'll bring this session to an end then.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.